What's going on, everybody? Kings and queens, how y'all doing today? Hope everybody had a blessed
Oh,
week and a blessed weekend. Um, my girl Nick didn't open up this today, y'all, because she's a little under the weather, got a little horse in her throat, or she's a little hoarse, my bad. But I just thought I'd greet y'all today. Nick, I know you can't talk that good, but we're gonna we're gonna bless you with a prayer before we started. So hopefully it'll work out for you. How's your week? How's your day going so far, or your weekend?
my day is going great. My weekend has been good, King. As you know, I went to the emergency room, um, but they gave me some really good antibiotic and
That's
some
what's up.
and some strong some strong medication. So I'm actually able to talk better than I have been in days, and I'm feeling better. The cough is definitely suppressed much more than what it was. So, and thank you for the prayer that you did and for checking on me this weekend. So, how has your weekend been?
So far so good. I mean, being I'm not working right now, so I have a lot of time to do things. So just taking care of things and get some stuff done around the house. I had a couple of my cousins come over to visit. They went to lunch down here and they came by. One of my cousins, she lives in Augusta, Georgia, and my other cousin, she's the one that lives in Rockham, about 30 minutes away. But other than that, just nice weekend. A little rain yesterday, but other than that, everything's good. Everything's
Ain't
good.
nothing like spending time with family.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
What's
Definitely.
up, John? My big brother John is on. Pastor Ross is in the building.
What's
Nice
going
to
on,
see
Mr.
you.
John?
Nice to see you. So, thank you guys for tuning in today. Tell them what they need to do so other people can watch us.
Okay, y'all. So we on the Facebook Live, Instagram. You can come over to Facebook Live or do our YouTube. We upload to YouTube. So right now, them the channels that you can watch us on, and we're looking forward to you. Once the show uploads, and I think if we on SoundCloud too. Uh,
SoundCloud, yes, and
okay,
share. Right now, you could do us a
yeah,
big
definitely.
favor by sharing,
Yeah, let people
sharing
know
the.
that we on.
Yes, you can host a watch party, but definitely share. King, are we liking? Are we liking the
Oh yeah,
photo?
we're loving that. We definitely loving the curls, y'all. We
Are we
looking a little
loving
cute and
it?
stuff. Loving the curls.
You know,
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
Taurus
Yes, ma'am.
season. It's Taurus season for me, and my birthday is next month on the 14th. I celebrate the whole month, but
All
it's
righty.
Taurus season, so you never know what you're gonna get from Nikki. Expect good things during Taurus season.
That's what's up.
All righty, thank you, John, and blessings on you as well. So today we're talking about some good stuff today. Are we excited about today's topic?
We are excited. We are excited. It's definitely one of those titles, um, one of those topics that covers some things that some of us brothers are already doing, some of us brothers need to do and keep doing, and some brothers need to start doing it.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right. Right,
definitely.
right. Before we get started, we have to do some some RIPs, some shout outs, and we hate to do these, but we
Yes.
want to
Yes.
always give a prayer in memory. Unfortunately, um, we want to say rest in peace to Micaiah Bryant, the
Hmm.
16-year-old who was recently murdered by the police. That's what it is. That's what happened. Y'all keep her family lifted up in prayer, and those who loved her. Also, Dante Wright was buried this weekend, or yesterday, I believe it was. He was 20 years old. He was a young father, and he also was killed by the police. And then, for those of you that do not know, Shock G, we lost Shock G this past week, 57 years old. They found him dead in a Florida hotel. And we want to pray for their families and friends. Death is not easy. Anybody that has ever experienced loss, but imagine having to experience it before the whole entire world. So let's please keep them lifted up in prayer.
Yes. Yes.
Now that we got that out of the way, I hate having to do that.
Yeah.
Last
Definitely.
week it was DMX, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. And did you know Nick? They did his memorial, his
Yeah.
funeral yesterday, and the memorial today. It was like almost 4 hours. I watched a little bit of it, and they really showed that man love. X was loved by people all over the world,
Yes.
and they really gave him a good homegoing on today. As his ex-wife Tashira. she came up and she let her know, people know, like a lot of people thought he was a prophet just because, how he ministered, in his music. And DMX was deep. I mean, anybody listen to his prayers,
I
anybody listen to
enjoyed
his
his Bible
prayers.
studies and stuff. I did.
Oh, see, I didn't even know about the Bible studies. I'd heard it was, I found out he was a deacon, but I mean, just the prayers let you know if you listen to his words in them prayers, that this man was on a real spiritual level.
Yeah, and he struggled. And that's one of the things we talked about last week. He struggled inwardly, but he shared those struggles, and he would be in the middle of a concert and would bust out praying, and one of the things I've always admired about DMX was he always kept it very real with what was going on inside of him, and the things that he was battling with. And so I did not get to see the memorial, all of it, because I was heavily medicated, so I was sleeping. But I did get to catch some snippets, and I'm going to go to YouTube and watch it. The part that I did catch, which had me in tears, were all of the Rough Riders on the motorcycles, because we all know he loved motorcycles. So that was really, really beautiful to see how many people came out and did a tribute to him. So definitely want to keep him and all of his children in prayer. And then Shock G, Micaiah, and Dante.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Yes.
Yeah. So again, if you guys have not shared, please do so at this time. King, you want to tell them what we're talking about today?
Hey, y'all, this is called the 5 Love Languages. Okay. Secret of Love That Lasts. 5 topics are words of affirmation, quality time, which, that used to be a top high five cut. Quality time. Exactly. Then you got your physical touch. You got your acts of service. And then you got gifts. So these are what we're talking about today, y'all. If, like I said, definitely chime in. Let us know, which ones that you actually perform on a regular. If you didn't know, we're going to definitely, go through them and, hit each one, and want you to give your, definitely chime in and give your responses on them. And we're going to start with the first one, Nick, and that's going to be.
I'm trying to get it to pop up. It doesn't want to. There it is. It'd be Words of Affirmation. This book is written. We're going from the book written by Gary Chapman that has sold millions and millions of copies worldwide since it was released. And as King was saying, it's the 5 love languages. And sometimes people think this stuff is corny, but this stuff is really, really deep, and it's really good to help you understand you, and to help you understand other people in relationships, because we tend to think everybody should think the way we think. Everybody should feel the way we feel. Everyone should like what we like. And if I do something for you, you should like it and shut your mouth. And it doesn't always work like that, because everybody's made up differently.
So true.
Go ahead.
No, so true. I just want, just definitely, giving you that. Yeah, it's definitely okay.
Yeah. Especially if you want relationships that last. And we're not just talking about love and romance. We're talking about friendships, business, relationships. Just like in school, not everybody was a visual learner. Some people, hey, big sis, some people were I lost my train of thought. Everybody wasn't visual. Some people could learn just by talking. Some had to see it. Some are hands-on. And I always say one of the best teachers are the kind that can intertwine all different types and different styles of teaching to meet the needs of everybody in the room. And so it's the same way in relationships. We stay real mad, big mad and aggravated with people because they're not doing what we want them to do. They're not complying to our will and what we want. And it doesn't work like that. It's the same as our children. You can raise all your kids in the same house. They're going to have different personalities and different likes and different needs. And you have to be able to tailor and meet those needs. So with that being said, let's get into the love language.
All right.
Talk about the words of affirmation.
Yeah, sure. Words of affirmation, expressing love with words that build up your partner. Basically, giving her that compliment. You look lovely today. I like your hair. Saying that dress fits so eloquently. Your makeup is flawless. I mean, all these are different, words of kindness and affirmation. You want to let you want to let the lady know. You want to let your spouse know. That you appreciate them. That you can show them express those those words of affirmation. You know, that
Yeah.
they can feel good about themselves, as well as you can let them know you like what you see.
Yes.
You know, so it definitely makes an impact. It shows that you are paying attention. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Especially, you know, you see them come in and the hair's done. You're like, oh my goodness, you know what I'm saying? Her hair looks lovely. You know what I'm saying? They definitely
Yeah.
just so you know, and it's just those type of things that you definitely want to be able to keep, you know, keep engaging with your
Yeah.
spouse. You know,
Yeah.
giving them those words of affirmation. Nick, what's your take on the affirmation?
You know what? And thank you, King. Now, there's a flip side to that, and then there's the male side to that. Sometimes we tend to think that only the ladies are words of affirmation. Only the ladies like the compliments.
Right.
Trust and believe the brothers do too.
Yes, we
Not
do.
every man is a word of affirmation guy, and that's okay. Every king is not going to be that, but every king does like to be built up and does like to be complimented. Am I wrong, King?
This is true. Oh yeah, we do. We do love the
Yeah.
compliments.
You know,
Yes.
back in the day, King go get tightened up, go get that haircut and stuff. Be like, Ned.
For sure.
You
For
know,
sure.
kings like to be complimented too. And I want to say this, you know, when you have a man in your life that is working hard to hold it down and take care of the family, yes, that is what he should do because he's the head of the household. Doesn't mean he doesn't want to be told, baby, I appreciate you. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, sis. At the same time, the queen of the home, she's holding down the family and the kids and everything. She wants to be told thank you, you know. So even though you may not be a word of affirmation, love language person, love language person, we all can compliment each other and give each other those words of encouragement. And I promise you, you start telling people thank you more often, see how they work out for you.
So true. So
Go
true,
ahead,
Nick.
King.
Yeah, like you said, so true. I mean, just you know, you'd be surprised. I mean, I used to anywhere I go, you know, if I seen somebody that I felt, you know what I'm saying, that needed that compliment, that I wanted to give that compliment to, because I acknowledged that, you know, from her hair to you know what I'm saying, to the, you know, the nice dress she had on, nice
Yes.
coat, whatever it was, you know, just
Yes.
I feel like, you know, praising our queens, letting them know it ain't gotta be my spouse. You know, it could just be somebody, you know, like I said, it ain't gotta be my wife, it ain't gotta be my spouse. It could
Right.
just be somebody randomly that I just see that she looks very nice, and I want to let her know that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That she looks nice, or that her hair looks good, and you know what I'm saying, her glasses, I like the style, you know, anything. But you
Yeah.
know, you know, just expressing that love for somebody, you know, for another person
Yeah.
on that level,
And
you know what I'm saying,
I
on a
do the
genuine
same
level.
thing in the stores. The waitresses, you know,
Yes,
sometimes and the person that's taking out your groceries, people want to be acknowledged.
exactly.
You know, they want to be shown appreciation. And you never know what a kind word could do for somebody's day because you don't know what they're going through at home. You know what I'm saying? So, and what you don't ever want to do is have somebody out compliment your partner.
Right.
Don't
This
no
is
woman
true.
needs to out compliment your man, and no man needs to out compliment your lady.
For sure. For sure.
I'm gonna drop
Yeah.
that and I'm gonna leave that little nugget right
Hey,
there.
I feel you. I mean, that because that makes a difference. I mean, you know, how does it feel when you know what I'm saying, you see a woman with a new dress or whatever, you don't compliment her, but yet, you know, you could be out, y'all be out together, and a brother, you know what I'm saying, you know, I'm gonna disrespect because I've heard people, yo, bro, I don't
Yeah,
mean to disrespect you, but your lady looks nice in that dress and stuff like that. You thinking like, dude, why I didn't know this, you know, why I couldn't make a comment like that to my woman and stuff. So I mean, yeah, take pride in what you have. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? You know, take pride in your woman and what she has, how she dresses, how she carries herself, and give her that expression. You know what I'm saying? Give her that word of encouragement. Let her
yeah.
know I appreciate you just for more than what you cook on my stove and what you clean my kitchen. You know
Come
what I'm
on,
saying?
come
You
on.
know,
And take it from beyond just the external. You know, if they there for you, they praying for you, they listening to you when you dumping all your, you know, your feelings
yeah.
and they're always just there. Compliment that. You know, people get tired of being there for you too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you want to be appreciative and show some gratitude because nobody has to. This is my philosophy for life. Nobody has to do anything for you. I don't care if they owe you something. They still don't have to do anything for you. So when they do it, be grateful.
I let my wife know all the time, just the simple things, you know what I'm saying, that for as anything she cooks for me, anything she does, I let her know I appreciate you.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think sometimes she just like, she give me that little smirk, like, yeah, right. I'm like, you don't understand what that means when somebody, like you said, does something for you because they don't have to.
Yeah.
Bottom line, nobody has to do anything for you.
Nobody.
You know what I'm saying? From cooking, I'm a grown man, so I have the ability to cook for myself. But to have my wife cook for me, I appreciate that, and I let her know that. The small things. I mean, you bring me something, thank you. You know what I'm saying? You take something from me, you put it in, say thank you, because you don't got to do it. I can get up and do it myself, but I appreciate you doing it. So I let my wife know on all levels. I appreciate anything you do for me. Period. I don't care how small it is. From a cookie, passing me a cookie out the cookie jar, you know what I'm saying, to cooking me a full meal.
Come on now.
I appreciate you, you know, and that's and it's just to me, that's just basic respect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To a certain extent, just saying thank you and being appreciative, especially of your spouse, but being appreciative of someone that does something for you because they don't have to.
Yeah.
And you didn't, and sometimes when you don't ask them to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They do it. Appreciate like open the door. You know what I'm saying? Nick, I always told you that the only thing I ask for a woman to do if I open the door for her, just say thank you.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, I feel like if you know, because you know the brothers, no, I ain't gonna say the brothers, people don't do that. Period. Like talking about it anymore. Hold the door for you. I mean, I'm saying walk through, and you know, I done came through already, and I'm letting you walk through. And it's a kind word, like you said. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. You know, and
King, things get stale in relationships sometimes. We start taking stuff for granted, and it gets stale. You take for granted that somebody's going to open the door for you. Someone's going to bring you your coffee. Someone is going to call you to see how your day is going. You get into the place of entitlement sometime and get taken it for granted. And that person is doing it because they love you, but you stop showing the appreciation because you start feeling that it's owed to you. The crazy part about that is when you start acting like that and you start showing that type of entitlement, people start feeling like, you know what, you're not even deserving of it. You're not even worthy of it. You don't even appreciate what I'm doing, and you're taking me for granted. And when somebody begins to tell you that, take heed to it. What is it that you're not doing that you could be doing to make that better? Because it only gets worse if you don't try to fix it. You can get in your feelings and feel like, well, I don't have to. You can do that if you want to, but do you want to love or do you want to be right?
So sure. For sure. And that makes plenty of sense, Nick. That makes plenty of sense because it does make you feel sometimes when you do things and don't get the appreciation that you deserve. And I mean, when I mean deserve, I mean, like you said, bottom line, I don't have to do this. I do it because I love you. But for you not to never say anything like thank you or appreciate you makes you feel like, wow, really? This is what you expect all the time? Yeah. Just because I'm doing it for love and you expect this is how you're supposed to. No, that's not letting me know that you appreciate me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it comes down to. Everybody wants to be appreciated for whatever they do for anybody. You ain't got to give me no money for it. You ain't got to go out there and buy me, this. No. Like you said, simple thank you. Yeah. Just saying, I appreciate you. You know what? I really thank you for the things that you do. You don't have to do it, but I appreciate it. I mean, you know what that makes a brother feel when his woman tells him that she appreciates anything.
Say it again. For the people in the back that might not hear you.
When a woman tells a man, I thank you for what you do. I appreciate you. Y'all be surprised how that feels. You know, when I can go and I cook, you know what I'm saying, for my wife, or I do something like, just simple stuff. You know, the stove, she had burnt something on the stove this morning. And like yesterday when she was cooking and she was going to get it had to not dry, but it had to cool off. Yeah. It was like, it was like a piece of plastic. And so, when I washed dishes and stuff and cleaned the kitchen that she cooked, and I got it off. I took it off because she had to went out for something. And she came back and she said, oh, you did that for me. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Because she's thinking that she's going to come back and have to do it. Right. So, you know what I'm saying? So, and I did it, just because what I was doing, I said, I'm not going to wait because she said it. I'm going to do it because I'm here doing it now. But it just makes you feel like, okay, she appreciated me doing it. And when you hear that, I'm telling you what, ladies, I don't care from the smallest thing. I mean, the brother take out the trash. Yeah, that's something that we do. But I mean, let that brother know that you appreciate him taking out the trash. Yeah. And I ain't saying you got to say it every day, but just to him say, because he does it anyway, he feels that that's his job to a certain extent, that, I appreciate you taking out the trash. I mean, from taking it out in the house to taking it to the street, whatever. Yeah. I mean, because I feel that brothers appreciate women and make it verbal than women do to men. Mm-hmm. And like you said, we like to be appreciated the same way. We like to hear those things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's our biggest thing. Brothers like to hear that his woman appreciates him. We like to feel needed just as well. So it falls hand in hand. You needed to do something, and then she gives you appreciation for doing it. Yeah. So that makes you feel like, yo, you know what I'm saying? She needed me to do this. She appreciated I did it, and she let me know she appreciated it. Yeah. That's basically what we know. Because, for the most part, brothers think, and y'all women sometimes, I ain't gonna say all, think my money is what y'all want from me. You know,
Some.
that's yeah. So I said some.
Some.
I made sure I said some. I said, think that's what y'all want from us.
Yeah.
It's basically our money, and then everything else goes after that.
Yeah.
But when you can show us appreciation on anything we do for you, you know what I'm saying, how little it is, or how, I mean, that makes us feel wanted. That makes us feel wanted. Makes us feel like we have a purpose in your life besides being a provider, being, you know, that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? It
and
does.
you know, and on the flip side, we feel the same way as women. You know, we don't want to feel like we're just bed warmers or it's just about sex. That's why for a lot of women, and I'm not speaking for all, speaking for me and some other ones, a lot of women, the love making and all of that stuff doesn't start in the bed. It starts throughout the day when you're talking to me, when you're complimenting me, when you're showing gratitude for the things that I do. Because the same way the kings sacrifice and get up and go to work, the queens get up, make sure you eat before you go, you know, make sure that the house is taking care of the children, and she's working as well. So I just think, period, as a family unit, even when it comes down to our babies, even though your kids have assigned chores, tell them thank you when they do them. Teach them what reciprocation is, what an act and what reciprocation. Now, granted, in life, we know you're not going to always get a thank you.
Right.
But you still set a foundation, what you teach inside your home. So if your children can see mom and daddy saying thank you, even if y'all aren't together,
right,
even if y'all are co-parenting and you're not in a relationship, they can still see a man and a woman and how they interact and how they should interact together. So I almost said something, but that's going to take us into a whole
gotcha.
Let's read a couple of these comments real quick. You want to hit that one?
Yeah, I see. With Pamela, Miss Pamela C. Jones. How you doing, Pam? You know, welcome to the Nick, the therapy POV with Nick and King, as you always celebrate us. Thank you. And that makes a big difference to be made to feel appreciated without having to bring it to their attention. You're so right. You are so right. And it does. You'd be surprised the spark that it sends in you that, like, yeah, she noticed or he noticed.
Yes.
You know, and that's why he said, that's why he appreciated, and he made it, you know, he made it clear that I appreciate you. I thank you. And it doesn't, you'd be surprised, y'all, how, you know, for brothers that it just makes us feel a different way. Because, you know, brothers love hard when they're understood. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you understand what I mean when I say they love hard when they're understood.
Talk about it.
Being that, you know, brothers really don't know how to love unconditionally to a certain extent, unless they're taught, unless they understand what unconditional love is. And when I say love hard, I don't mean love hard crazy. Love crazy, because some brothers love crazy. Exactly. So when I mean love hard, I mean understanding that you're putting everything that you need to put into this to let this woman know that I love you unconditionally and I'm here for you regardless. But when we understood, like in simple things like affirmation, you know, you appreciate me, you let me know you appreciate me, that puts more into the relationship. That puts more into me saying, hey, I mean something to her. You know, not, like I said before, not just my wallet, not just me, you know, work, putting up the lights and doing all that stuff like that, as far as what you think a man is associated with when he's in a relationship or he's in a marriage and they got a home. It's just the little simple things that you brought me a napkin when you didn't ask. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, just the simplest things that you do and you show me appreciation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's all. I mean, y'all, like you said, Nick, a word of encouragement, or I think it goes so far, because, like, you know, you go through stores and stuff and you appreciate people that help you, or, you know, just to cash, you know, thank you for your, you know what I'm saying, for helping me, or just I appreciate you today, whatever. And just to see, you know, what could have been a bad, disastrous day for them, just put a smile on their face and made it feel like, you know, I'm not just here for my job. I got people that people appreciate, you know, what we do as cash, you know what I'm saying, as running the cash register, or people help you in the store. It's just so little, like you said, just so simple words of thank you, I appreciate you.
Yeah. And you know what, King, and make sure y'all continue to chime in and share. The world is real outside those doors. The world is real, and our partners are not going to always tell us everything that they face outside those doors. Sometimes you just don't want to bring that garbage into the home. You want to live in the peace. So I don't even want to talk about how my day was. Why not make sure before your partner leaves that house, or when y'all are in the sanctity of your home, why not make sure that you're giving them by pouring back into them with your words, with your gratitude, with with the other things we're about to discuss in just a moment. Because when you leave out that door, it gives you an umbrella. It gives you something to keep you when you out there. Good example. When I was working for Sprint, and they had this policy where you could not hang up on a customer. I don't care. You could have been threatened and cussed out from here to there. You couldn't hang up. And it was frustrating because I was being called nigger. I was being called all kind of stuff. So I had to keep reminding myself why I was doing it. So I kept a picture of my sons at my desk. I would stare at the picture, tears rolling down my face, not because I'm sad, because I was mad because I couldn't say nothing. But that's what kept me during those moments. Your words, your acts of gratitude, your love, your acts of service, the things that you can do to show love to people will keep them when they're out there facing life. Again, you don't ever want somebody else doing more for your partner, your children, your whatever than you.
Exactly, Nick. But like I said, affirmation is something that you definitely want to show your spouse as well as show other people, just to let them know that you appreciate them.
Yes. Yes.
But
I made a comment that said when they love you, they're willing to change, and that's true. If you have to have the conversation with your partner or the person you're in a relationship with, or your children, letting them know, you know what, I don't mind doing things for you. I love to do it, but I would appreciate it if you show me gratitude. Show me that you appreciate it. There's nothing wrong with having that conversation. It's important, because if you don't, resentment builds up in you and you're mad at them and they don't even know that you're mad or why you're mad. They don't know that they're doing something wrong. If they love you, they will be willing to change. But if you love them, you'll be willing to talk it out with them and let them know areas that they can improve, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So with that being said, Nick, I think we can move on to our next topic of discussion, and that would be quality time with you. Yes, quality time, undivided attention, undivided activities, doing things together, building great memories, one-on-one and group activity, talking, discussion to really understand. Hey, one thing I know for a fact, women love quality time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, brothers, we do too. Don't get me wrong. Brothers do too, but we don't express it as much as our women do. You know what I'm saying? Between, brothers having jobs that take up a lot of their time and other things, activities, they don't really understand what quality time can do in a relationship. The lack of what quality time can do in a relationship. One thing about quality time, I do understand quality time is not watching TV together. It's not watching, playing a game together.
Well, it could.
I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. It can be, if that's what, that's what spending quality time with your mate and with your spouse is. Me personally, to a certain extent, I like quality time where we're just either talking. There's no phones involved. There's nothing in the room to interfere or anything.
Yeah.
Just that time with me and you, just quietness. So either we're talking, even if we're reading, you know what I'm saying? We're reading together, you know what I'm saying? But just that time together, but like I said, I don't like any kind of, any not distractions, excuse me, thank you. Yeah, no distractions, TV and nothing like that. I mean, yeah, like you said, quality time is watching TV together as well. But I feel quality time is just when you have that quiet time, when you talking to each other, have that conversation, just basic topics, just talking. Just really where, your mind is clear. There's no, like I said, again, no distractions, and just being able to have that time together. And it can be anything, like you said, the one-on-one activities, going to the park, sitting in the park, just you and her, and, that movie time or anything, as long as it's nobody but you and her. You know what I'm saying? However your relationship is, just y'all two.
Sometimes quality time is with family.
Okay.
A lot of people that do like to spend quality time with their kids. And sometimes it is with televisions and movies. People watch stuff together. They have their favorite show they like to watch together and kind of, chime off each other. I think quality time for me would be anytime that's intentional for me. Anytime that's intentional for him.
Okay.
And we're coming together. I know for every couple it's going to be different. But if that's my primary love language, I have to make sure that I communicate that with the person, because what if quality time is not theirs?
Right.
Theirs may be words of affirmation, but I love the quality time. So I have to communicate that. So a couple of days out the week, we can, hey, this day is my day. Don't plan nothing. You know, you're not going fishing with the boys. It's
Right.
me and you day, you know, and those things have to be communicated as well. Do you think people spend enough quality time together for whatever that may be in their definition? Do you think people spend that type of time together?
Absolutely not. And that's posing that to our audience as well, y'all. If y'all have, definitely want to comment on that, give us your outlook, your opinion on how that is. But yeah, I can definitely say no. We don't as individuals, as human beings, we don't.
Yeah.
Like you said, with quality time with your family, quality time with your spouse, quality time with your kids, we don't give enough. We too caught up in work, we too caught up in other things, what I'm saying, that don't really understand and don't really make us understand that quality time is that time that you might not be able to have again with your family member, with your spouse. Life is short. And if
Yeah.
you don't, just like memories, one of my friends, she takes pictures all the time. With family members, anything
Right.
she does, she always taking pictures. And she made a comment, she said people talk about how, what pictures that she's always taking. She said she do it because, remember, because she's lost her father and her son within the last year. So,
Okay.
and she's got plenty of pictures of her father. She got plenty of pictures of her son. And it's just because of this reason, because she done lost them already. Now she
Right.
got all these memories of the pictures, but she takes pictures all the time. And I respect that. And that's something I'm gonna start doing because you never know. And you want to have those memories of your family, of your friends, of your spouse, because you never know what the next day is gonna bring.
Yeah.
So, perfect example, my friend Wayne, I told you, remember my best friend passed away, and I've been looking for the video. I don't know if I told you, we made this video when we went to go see Erica B and Rakim, for the weekend, and we made a video in the room, and it's just us clowning.
Yeah.
Me, my cousin Maurice, and my boy Wayne, and we
Right.
just clowning. And I have been looking for this video for months, and it came up on my timeline the other day as a memory, and I made sure I saved it, and it just makes you appreciate
Yeah.
that you had that time with him or with them people, with the persons,
Yeah.
with the people, and that you can share and look again like, yeah, besides whatever picture we took, with each other, this was something live that I can play. You know what I'm saying? And remember these things, to hear him talking, how we interacted. And that's something that nobody can take away from the memories that I can actually visually see.
Yes.
And it makes a difference, because I'm still grieving. I'm still
Yeah.
grieving, and it's a day by day type of understanding of that he's gone.
Yeah.
But it's just like, again, like we were saying, being able to have that quality time that we spent, me, him, my cousin, and we was able to do it again for my birthday.
Yeah.
But we didn't do it on that level. We didn't do it with that, and I hate that. We did do, because I smoked my first cigar, so we did have that little
Yeah.
memory, but it just wasn't on the same level as that. And you can't take those for granted. You got to make sure, if you got a camera, that's why, one of the most convenient things that was ever made was a camera on the phone.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to have your regular, the regular cameras you used to have, the 35 millimeters,
Yeah.
and be able to come, you can keep those memories, and they got memory cards and stuff, and it's pull out right then and take a memory of anything. Family members and everything getting together, that you might hadn't seen in 4 and 5 years, that you might not be able to see again.
Right.
So yeah, I definitely understand, quality time whenever you have it, take advantage of it, make a memory out of it if you can, because it's definitely something that you can hold sacred.
What now on the flip side of that is I was holding up the phone when you were talking earlier. This is one of the reasons why we don't spend a lot of quality time together. We've become very, very techy, and all of our communication is through technology, social media, different things like that. My dog, my dog, Promise Nicole, if I'm on my phone doing emails or whatever, there comes a point she takes her paw and she'll move my hand because she wants me to pet her. In other words, can you put that phone down, please? Can I get some attention? We should never be like that, to where your dog, your spouse, your children
Right.
has to ask for your attention like that. Give them the quality time.
Yes.
I like what you said about capturing special moments, but don't be so caught up in capturing moments with your phone that you don't live in the moment.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
You may not get to capture the last pic of you and your whatever, but you got that in your heart the last time y'all sat and y'all laughed and y'all joked and y'all talked together. So I just think whatever quality time is for the person where this is your primary love language, make sure that you're leading with that. Inform the people that are in your life that you want to spend time with them. I just did that with my family this past week, and we're planning on getting together really soon, because you don't want to wait till somebody dies and everybody comes together. It's too late then, you know. So if this is your love language, quality time, make sure you drop a QT down off in the comments and let us know what you think about quality time. Alrighty, our very next one.
Okay, physical touch. Ooh, this is the one that I slights a little bit, that I got to get a little better. Man, I'm not ashamed to admit. I'm not ashamed to, but all right, physical touch uses body language and touch to express love. Holding hands, kisses, hugs, pat on the back, physical affection makes intimacy a priority.
Priority, not just sex. Intimacy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right. Tell us about it. You said you got to work on it. So what's
going on? I mean,
we keep it real. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know me. I'm definitely going to be transparent about it. I feel I don't do it as much as I need to. You know.
Do you know why?
Just it's. I feel it's one of those things that males are put in a position where public affection is kind of like.
Do you feel PDA makes you look weak or soft?
I mean, it doesn't, but it makes you feel that way sometimes.
That's
but
how you feel. Okay.
You know, say you feel sometimes, but you know it doesn't. I mean, actually, you can look at yourself and like, now I know this does not make me weak, but when you start thinking about what other people think for whatever reason, you make you feel vulnerable or whatever. Which, you know, I don't mind grabbing my wife's hand in public when we out somewhere, we go somewhere.
Yeah.
Because I know I love her, so I can show that. I just feel like my biggest hang up. I ain't gonna say hang up. The thing I don't do as much, and it's like hold her in bed as much as I should. And it's kind of part of it is because I sleep with a mask on, so and I have to face outward to the left, which is so crazy. But when I face that way, it's like I don't get as much air as I should. So I do hold her for a little while. That way, then I turn back over. But I need to do it more, consistently. Yeah. I feel that just from that part, because she lets me know that. So that's why I know
she's okay. So
yeah, she was
okay.
Yeah. So she definitely. So she lets me know that. So that's one of my biggest parts that I want to step up as far as holding her in bed. And kisses. Women love those kisses. So fellas, you got to step up and give your wife some kisses. Give your spouse some kisses. Oh yeah, I mean they do, but I'm just saying something that don't show that as much as they should. Need to step up on that. I mean, men. Oh, and I ain't gonna say all men. Always had a problem with physical touch in public, as well as it makes, like you said again, it makes some brothers feel weak, feel vulnerable, and feel like they can't really be in touch with their masculine, their masculine side, which there's no weakness at all when you're showing your wife or your woman some intimacy, when you're showing her that physical touch and rubbing on her and stuff, and besides,
to me, that's a lot of strength.
Oh yeah, but see,
boldly proclaiming in public, all this is me.
But you know what though? You know what, Nick? The biggest thing about that is when your woman acknowledges that, it makes you feel comfortable when you do it. Yeah. See, it's a lot of things like I was saying about about understanding and men love hard. It's certain things that you can say in that light that makes a brother's key and his mind open up.
Can I
so
say
much
this,
more?
Though?
Sure.
I mentioned it earlier, but you have to be willing to say that, though. We cannot expect people to completely guess us. There are things you will learn by paying attention. You should definitely pay attention to who you're with. But sometimes, won't you just come on out and say it? And I'm speaking to sisters and brothers that are making people play the guessing game. Just say what you like. If you are a man that likes PDA and you like the reciprocation, the good kind that comes back from, being shown touch and affection and all of that, say that. She might not like it, but if she knows you like it, it may become an okay thing. I was in Walmart the other day, and this sister walked in ahead of her man. I don't know what was on her leg, but she had on a blue jean skirt, a short one. He stopped in front of all of us, went all the way up her skirt, all the way. And was knocking whatever off her leg off, and everybody kind of stopped, like, wait a minute, what we doing in the Wally world?
Right.
He that didn't matter to him. That was his woman. I'm gonna touch her. I'm gonna take care of her. She was like, kind of looking like, babe, you know, a little bit uncomfortable with it. But again, if those are things that you discuss, if I know this is what you like, I'm not taken off guard when you're doing it in public to me, or
Right.
you understand it that I'm a little bit uncomfortable, so you're gonna bring it down a little bit. It's just conversation. It's just communicating what you like instead of making people guess.
Exactly. Exactly. And I mean, like I said, it makes you feel more aware of what you need to do when it's spoken to you as well. Like I said, you know, if you like you said, if you like that, let your man know. Let your woman know
Yeah.
that you like to be, you know, like your hands, you know, holding hands. You like, you know, the kisses as much. You like a massage every now and again. You know, because once we do it and we feel encouraged that you want us to do it, it makes us feel more relaxed to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm a
It's okay.
physical touch person.
That's okay.
I'm
Yeah.
very touchy feely with
Right.
everybody in my life. I love it.
Mm.
So that's something I always communicate up front.
That's
Because
good.
I don't want to make you uncomfortable because I'm always touching something.
Right.
But
Right.
there are men and women that's not their love language. They don't like it. There are reasons why they don't like it. You have to honor and respect it, but definitely find a middle ground.
Yeah.
You know, if you like it and your partner does not. So with that being said, and that's something that you said that you're going to start working on, have you started thinking, at least since we were preparing for today's show, how you can begin to implement that just
Well,
into y'all's relationship period?
Yeah, just basically doing it more. I mean, there's no different way around it. Just just actually just have myself set up for like when I do the whole, you know what I'm saying, and know that I can do it for about 3 to 5 minutes, but just being consistent. That's my thing. I mean, because I know I can't do it long because of the way I lay. So that's the thing. But being consistent with doing it, I know that makes an impression.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. You know, when you do something, you know what I'm saying, consistently from the heart, it gets to a point where that person understands that, you know, since they haven't been doing it or they're not used to doing it and them trying to do it, you see that it's being genuinely done. You know, just got to make your way of how you can do it. You know, put in, you know, well, as far as like the holding hands, that I never had a problem with, you know, kisses and stuff. But physical affection, I ain't got no problem with physical because I'll pop you in the behind. And you know, I'm just being honest. I mean, that's just me. I mean, if you vibing with me and we feel that way, you know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about I ain't gonna get outlandish with it and disrespectful.
Yeah.
But you know me, I'm telling you, in my day, Nick, I'm the brother that could post up on you in the mall, just grab and just you know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's if you know, some women don't know how to handle that. But you know, my thing is if I'm showing you that love in public, can you handle that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's even when people are, well, when you was young, I'm like, yo, I'm still grown. I'm to me, I'm in the point in my life I can still do that and not be disrespectful with it. But can you handle that if it came down to it? So yeah, I don't have a problem with public, but like I said, that's one of the things I had to work on that I'm working on. Yeah, because I love my sleep, but some things you have to think about going to sleep.
There's nothing more enduring for me to see an older couple out in public together and he just touches her hands or he reaches over, he fixes her hair,
right.
He pulls something, you know, off her eyelash, just always touching on her and she smiles or she's touching on him and he's smiling. I love that.
Yeah,
I'm
that's cool.
stat when it comes to stuff like that, for real.
That's some cool stuff there.
Yes. Acts of service, physical acts of serving to show love, anticipating needs and fulfills them and makes life easier and more comfortable for others. Are you a acts of service? Those of you who are watching, have you even thought about it? Do you like to serve and do for others? Are you a person that loves volunteering? Do you love taking care of the needs of others? Are you the person that will volunteer to go clean a home for someone when they're sick, go fix them a meal to make sure, you know, that they're eating? Are you the type of person that will go and sit with someone who is sick and not feeling well? Like, are you an acts of service type of person? King?
Yes. All righty. Yes, I am. I can definitely say I am. I have sat with people that were sick, that wasn't feeling good, feeling good. I have, went over and brought people, like perfect example, my man, my boy passed away, in the early part of, going through what he was going through. He asked me to bring him some Gatorade, and I was coming up the way and I made sure I stopped by there, got him enough, sat on the porch, brought it to him, make sure he had it. I mean, I've always been that type of person. If I could show any kind of act of service, I would. I got it from my father. He's always been that guy. I mean, my dad was kind of guy. My mom used to tell me, we stayed in Queens. He'd get up in the middle of the night and go, help somebody in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? So, and anybody know what Brooklyn is in Queens. I mean, depending on how far you go, you're looking at, 30, maybe 30, 40-minute ride.
Yeah.
We talking about in the middle of the night, so he's always been that type of person. My dad would travel to different states to a funeral to support somebody that he knows, and to help out any way he can and stuff. So I definitely got that from him on being of service to people and helping them any kind of way I can, what I'm saying, when, the opportunity is there. So yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Like with my wife, I do it all the time. Anything to show her, what I'm saying, love on any level, what I'm saying, doing thing that she would like, what I'm saying, just coming up with something and showing that, I appreciate her and this is my way of showing you. So yeah, act of service has always been something that's I've employed in my life that I don't mind doing.
This is actually my primary love language. It's acts of
I
service.
believe
Anybody that has been friends with me for more than a day knows I'm an acts of service person. I believe in serving. I believe in helping. I believe in making sure people's needs are met and taken care of. I believe in getting in there and filling in blanks where there's a lack. If I have it, you got it. Y'all know I'm a housing commissioner, so I serve as that. But I also serve by feeding people in the community, making sure people can pay their rent, have resources that they need. So acts of service has always been my primary love language. When it comes to romantic relationships, that still is one of my primary languages. I'll get into something in just a moment when we finish up with the last one, but being able to serve and do, anticipate your need, anticipate that when you come home, you're probably going to be tired. So I'm running bath water. That's what I like to do. Anticipate that you've had a hard week because of the 2 or 3 conversations we've had. So at the end of the week, I'm going to have your favorite, whatever you like, waiting for you because you made it through the week type of thing. So I love acts of service. I literally thrive off of being able to help and bless other people. Like that's air to me. So those of you who are watching, or if you're watching in the replay, are you an acts of service type of love languager? Is that the way you communicate love? Go ahead, King.
Yeah, I was saying, yeah, I mean, that's that. Now, one thing I could definitely agree with you on that. Since day one, since I've met you, over 10 years ago, you've always shown that type of personality, that you've always been a person to help any way you can on, every level. I mean, I do understand that I have to probably send you my book back to get it signed because you're supposed to sign it. I ain't trying, but I'm just saying. But you
ain't
definitely.
To, but you just did. Okay.
But other than that, I mean, you definitely, you show them acts of service towards people in your community, your family, and I've seen it over and over that you've done it for friends and stuff. So yeah, definitely know that's, like you said, that's your love language from day one. You know what I'm saying? I bet you when you was old enough to walk, you was helping somebody sweep their floor or something, or do something like that because I seen in your spirit. So I can definitely attest to that being number one when it comes to those 5.
Thank you, King. I appreciate it for the little under the bus he was talking about. When I wrote my book, I sent King a copy. I wrote a really great message in it. For whatever reason, I forgot to actually sign my name. I will never live that one down, apparently.
Honestly, I'm so sorry, but you won't, Nick. Until I send it back and you signed it and send it back to me, you won't, because I couldn't believe it.
We were actually arguing. I was like, no, I signed it. He was like, no, you didn't. So he took a picture of the inscription that I was like, yeah, I didn't sign it. But yeah, he was one of my biggest supporters during that season because it was a struggle. But anywho, thank you for saying that, King. But yeah, we definitely want to hear from the other acts of service people. And then our last one. Bam.
Gifts. Thoughtful gifts and gestures, as some people say. Small things matter in a big way. Expresses gratitude when receiving gifts, always. You feel loved when people give you symbols, gestures of love. So true, Nick, so true. I've always been that way to a certain extent after I got older to understand how people react to gifts. You know what I'm saying? When you show them love, genuinely giving them a gift to show them appreciation, express gratitude, and the way they, respond, showing you like, wow, thank you, I appreciate, and it warms my heart, and it really makes me feel some kind of way when I can see the look on your face when I give you something or send you something, and just your reaction and how you appreciate it. Yeah, it definitely makes for one of those love languages that I feel everybody should have, because as the Bible says, it's better to give than to receive.
Boom.
I never knew that until I understood what giving does to the person that gives.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's something, if people don't understand that, give, you know what I'm saying? Give of yourself, or give gifts to people. And when that reaction, exactly, in that reaction, you'll see what it means, why it's better to give than receive, because you can't beat that reaction. A genuine reaction from you doing something for somebody, giving them a gift like that, or like you said, time, you know what I'm saying, just coming over there, like she said, about sitting with somebody and just giving up your time, or coming to relieve somebody that's doing something for somebody. You can't. I mean, that look is priceless, and that's that understanding of, wow, I can understand why it's better to give than receive, because it makes you feel a totally different way.
Yeah.
When you give.
Yeah.
What about you, Nick?
I love gifts. Anytime I've read this part of the love language throughout the years, I always add a caveat to giving, because this is more for those that like to receive gift as their love language. But I'm a giver. Right. I love to give, and it's not always in a present wrapped in a bow type of gift. It's me giving of my heart, myself, my time, my advice, my experience. Whatever it is you need at that moment, I like to give. I'm a huge giver at heart. For the people that this is their love language, I just want to caution them that you're not such a receiver, that this is your love language, that you don't know how to also give, and that you also become a taker. Because people become takers unknowingly sometimes. You expect it. You expect, because somebody gave you 2 or 3 times. That's their job, to keep on doing it. You have to also be careful of what I call sap suckers. If you are a giver, you have to be mindful of people that will suck the life out of you if you allow them to. Yes. So, unfortunately, sometimes people see where you are and consider it a weakness and take advantage of it. My mama just joined. Mama, I was actually about to talk about you. I didn't even know you were going to get on, because I looked at myself over here in the monitor, and I'm like, I look like my mama back when she was rocking her fro. So hi, mommy. Hello, mommy. Anyway, that's Emma Sterling. That's my mama. People will recognize that you have that want, that need, that desire to give, and they will come and take. So you have to use wisdom in those areas. But if this is your love language and receive it, if you're gonna be a receiver of gifts, be a giver of your gratitude. Yes. And learn to turn around and reciprocate what people do to you. Because we're gonna say it again, nobody owes you anything. Not even God. If he does nothing else for you, he's done enough. But nobody owes you anything. So please don't become that person that you always feel entitled that people owe you. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, I mean, you like you said, you definitely don't want to feel like, somebody owe you. I mean, anything you do for somebody, you should do it from your heart. You know what I'm saying? It's because you appreciate them, and that's why you do it. But don't always expect to get something. Don't expect somebody's going to keep doing for you. No, that's just not. I mean, that's not reality. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. I don't care how much I give you, how many times, like you said, I can give you for the next 5-6 years. But don't keep thinking, year 7, what happened? What you mean what happened? It just didn't happen. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Exactly, So, I mean, just showing those gestures, saying of love, appreciation. And that's what gifts do. You know what I'm saying? And it don't have to be something like, it don't have to be expensive. It don't have to be broad. It could just be
it could be a poem that you sat down and you wrote.
Yeah,
something
exactly.
That you're giving out of your home, or cook a meal.
And that to me, hey.
Pick up the phone. Go ahead.
You know me when it comes to food, so believe me, that will cancel out a whole bunch of different stuff. If you talking about a serious meal, you know what I'm saying, with all the fixings, like my mother-in-law. When I tell y'all I love my mother-in-law, because she will take care of brother when it comes to some food. Yeah. She throws some pinto beans around, you know what I'm saying? Hook me up with some fried chicken with that. And then, she do some Q steak, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? I let my mother-in-law know I appreciate her. You know what I'm saying? Period. I love her anyway, but I appreciate because she don't have to cook for me. You know what I'm saying? When she cook for herself, she can cook just for her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's just things like that.
Do y'all remember the days when you had those mothers, grandmothers, aunties in the neighborhood from the church or whatever that would send a pie over to the house, send over a pound cake, tell, send the babies over here. I got some oranges that fell off the tree. I went to the store and they had milk on sale. Here's some, I miss those days.
Yeah.
I miss having those type of relationships where people really looked out for each other like that. If I'm cooking and I know you by yourself, maybe you don't feel good, or maybe you were a single mother, girl, I got an extra plate. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we do those type of things and we become those type of people, A, we will not be so darn angry, but B, man, it wouldn't be as much suffering because everybody would make sure we're taking care of everybody else.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you ain't lying, Nick. I mean, because that's one of the things I noticed coming down here when I used to come to visit. The second, like I said, I caught the tail end of what you're talking about coming down here for, from school. I mean, for the summers.
Yeah, because everybody doesn't know, but he's from New York originally.
Right. So coming down here to visit North Carolina during the summers, you got to experience that. My grandmother, even just when she was living in the country, and got to experience, like you said, and like I don't know, people know about homecomings for churches and revivals. That's when you really got to see when people looked out for people because they did the cooking and stuff, and you ate out of people's trunks.
Potlucks.
Exactly. But like you said about as far as having food where you went here and they had this much milk or whatever, and your next door neighbor, your friend, your relative, somebody got kids, and you make sure you get the milk over to them. Or like you said, somebody was sick in the family and people, saying the person might have been too old or whatever, they cook for them and stuff. And I remember those days. Like you said, I remember those days even when I moved down here. My grandmother's stuff from the last 2 or 3 years before I graduated high school, I seen that. Now, like you said, Nick, that ain't happening. Very seldomly you find that still where some communities still have those type of people that look out for other people in their community, the older people or people like you said, they get sick.
Yeah.
And something happens.
I do it. I never want that to die inside of me. I never want to have an abundance or even have a little bit and you need some of it and I not do it. I never want to do that. I never want to be that shit. I don't want to be that.
Right.
So even if this is not your primary love language, again, if gifts is yours because you like to receive, be a person that also, give as much as you like to get. But if you are a giver, like I honor you, I absolutely honor and applaud you because it's not always easy being a giver in a world where people seem really stingy and selfish, but that's what your heart's desire is. So you want to do it. Keep giving. Keep volunteering. God blesses people that give. I'm telling you, he does. Yes, you feel like I don't have that much, but look, I got a sandwich. We can divide this book into 4 if 4 of us need to eat. Let's be those type of people. And definitely in our romantic relationships too, because we really want to hone in on that. Right. When I think I've said this to you guys before on the show, when friends of mine get married, I always declare this over them. May the 2 of you try to outdo the other one. May you selflessly love each other daily. And may you spend your time always trying to make sure that the other one is provided for. If you're in a relationship like that, man, that's got to be some beautiful. I look forward to that. Oh, we didn't do our shout outs.
Ooh, sure didn't.
We did not do our shout outs. We have to do them at the end. Remind us we got to do them at the end. But I look forward to those type of relationships where no one person is doing all the work and the other person's always receiving. We're both loving and giving and doing for one another. What do you think about that?
Yeah, definitely, Nick. I mean, you want to put everything you have into that relationship, into that marriage. And like you said, one trying to outdo the other, just makes it more competitive in the love that you share for each other. You know what I'm saying? You can't beat that. You know what I'm saying? If one trying to outbeat the other, I mean, how much love can you give? Keep giving it. Keep giving. There's no limit to it. So you just keep on giving it. So all it does is get better. It gets more secure. It hones you in that much closer. Yeah. And you can never be too close. You can never have too much love. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no scorekeeping. Yeah.
Yeah. Because my desire is to please you and love you.
Exactly.
So if you have not realized yet, my mama says she loves the energy. Thank you, mama.
Appreciate it, mama.
Put that comment up. If you haven't figured it out yet, they all almost kind of intertwine.
We do.
With each other. You probably were listening today. This may have been your first time hearing about it and thought, well, I'm that. Oh, wait, I'm that one. Well, wait, I'm that one. They say that you have only one primary. Honestly, I say at different areas in life, different chapters, after different experiences, I think that changes. Where I may have been someone that loved receiving gifts before, maybe now I'm the person that loves to do acts of service. Maybe life has changed where now I have to take care of a family member. So I'm an active service person.
Right.
Where I may not have been touchy-feely before. Maybe at the age of 45, I want to be all over you and stuff. So whatever your love language is, love as best as you can, but be understanding that the person that you're in relationship with, whether business, friendship, romance, or you and your children, they're not you. They may have other needs and may have other ways that those needs need to be fulfilled. Be open to that. Learn these so you don't frustrate you and the person that you're with, trying to always turn them into another you. Go ahead, King.
Right. I mean, I definitely agree with you wholeheartedly. You know, they do intertwine, like you said, with each other in parts of your life. Some have them all five, you know, in their life there. But like you said, as some get older, they do start to incorporate some they didn't have before and take on other ones. When I look at them, the words of affirmation is like one of my biggest ones, and it was like a priority more so when I had to look at them. That would be my number one. But I have done all of them: the acts of service, the receiving the gifts, you know, the quality time, and the physical touch. So I've definitely had my share of all of them. But it's something that you want to actually include in your life. Period. You know, even if you just give a 20% here, you know, it's 5 of them. So to get 100%, give 20 of each. But there's always going to be one that you're going to give a little bit more. But if you can incorporate all of them at one point in your life, it's definitely something to be proud of. Something that can, you know, saying can enlighten your life, encourage your life more, and maybe rub off on somebody else when they see that you actually show these love languages.
Yeah.
You know, I've definitely learned something from Nick. You know, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I mean, her act of service and, you know, saying kindness and just everything she does about her makes you want to, like, wow, you know, she looks so happy doing it. So, you know, so, you know, and it does something for you when you see people do things and they feel good about doing it and they enjoy doing it. So it shows you it's genuine. It's not an act they're trying to put on. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing that she's trying to get out of nobody. No, she does this because she loves people. She loves doing it. She loves to see people smile, and she loves to help. So if we have that type of attitude about life, about people, you know, it'd be the same way. You feel good about what you do and how you help people. And, you know, it'd be something that we can all do. And like you said, going back to those village days of being there for your neighbor, being there for your community to definitely help when needed.
Yeah.
You know, if you can offer it, if you can't, find somebody that can. You know, reach out for some more resources. But as long as you're a part of that connection to make it happen, because everybody can't do. You know, everybody's not in a position where they can do something to assist you, but they might know somebody that can. So when you reach out to that person, you do your part, reaching it back to you. Don't go to the next person. So we know to be that community, you know, within ourselves, to be able to express ourselves, to help other people in all these different love languages. It's a win-win situation.
Yeah. And let's stop being selfish. You know, no matter what your language is, no matter how you love, just love and be understanding of other people. You know, I think one of your people.
That's my niece. That's my niece. That's my niece. She just celebrated her 27th birthday.
Happy birthday, baby. What's up?
Yeah, love my niece. Love my niece. Yeah. Yeah, I know you remember when. I know.
That was years ago for me.
Yeah. She's a great girl,
shout out to
great
you.
young lady.
To a king.
Oh, and we already had. You know, we don't went through that and stuff. So she's good.
You don't want to do it on.
She's good.
It might mean a lot to her.
Really, you think so? Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Talisa. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Queen. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right.
Yes.
Right.
All right.
Have you guys liked us on Facebook yet? Have you? If you have not, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Listen, if you're interested in co-hosting with us on an upcoming episode or sponsoring the show, and we're looking for people that are in love with doing social media marketing, we would love to hear from you. Please shoot us an email at nikkiking@gmail.com. Make sure you like us on Facebook and Instagram at POV with Nikki King. You can also check us out on our YouTube channel and on SoundCloud at their POV with Nick and King. Also, King, tell them where they can find Obstacle Overcomer.
The Obstacle Overcomer, y'all, podcast with Nick. Y'all can find her on SoundCloud. She's on the Apple podcast, Spotify, Libsyn, Instagram, and Facebook.
All of that. And we did not do our shout outs at the top of the show. So go ahead, King, and let's start it off.
Y'all know I'm so sorry, my queen, my love to death, getting ready to celebrate our anniversary, 5 years in 2 weeks. My queen, Shakita Harrington, love you, dear. Sorry we didn't shout you out in the top of the show, but it means that we just shouted you at the end. And I still love you though, you know what I'm saying? Last but not least type thing, but it's all good. Nick, go ahead and shout out to that, that guy.
Watch your mouth. Hey, baby. This is a shout out to my future husband, wherever you are. I don't know who you are yet, but God knows who you are. And I know you are somewhere preparing and praying for me, and I'm doing the same for you. Don't pay him no mind because he's laughing. It's all good. I love you. I know we're going to meet soon. Hi, baby. So now that we've gotten those shout outs, go ahead and give your final thoughts before we close out and give our word of the week.
Yes. Again, y'all, the languages of love. I mean, there's 5 of them, but believe me, I guarantee there's a whole lot more too. That's just the ones that people focus on, but there's so many different languages of love that you can show your spouse, your mate, your significant other, whoever it is. You know, just diligently, daily, just do one of those. You know what I'm saying? If it's just one that you want to take advantage of and do until you build up to the 5, you know, it's just something that you can feel good about, that you would definitely learn. I mean, definitely grow from these different 5 languages. I want y'all to have a great week. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy life. Be encouraged. God bless. The King is out.
Our word of the week, we always like to end the show with the word to carry you through the week. It's going to be 3 words today. Unconditional, selfless love. Love unconditionally, love selflessly, and just love. Look, we all need it. We don't have to sing the song, but the song is true. We need a whole lot of it. Lord knows we need a lot of it. So be kind to each other. And as always, queens and kings, keep reigning until next week. See y'all later.
Yeah.